Off late, I've been showing you a lot of recipes using pressure cooker. If you think they're really interesting, show us some love so that we come up with some more recipes using a pressure cooker. Well, today's recipe is also on the same lines. I'm showing you chana masala using chana masala powder that I actually showed you a couple of months back. Let's begin chana masala, Amritsar style. For this Amritsar style chana masala, of course, I'm going to use garbanzo beans or Kabuli chana. You wash these twice, thrice over in running water and then you soak these overnight, minimum 6 to 7 hours. Eventually, they end up looking something like this. Nice and bloomed and ready to go straight in the pressure cooker. Let's do that. Time to add in some ginger. I'm just going to pound it a little, like so. Now what I'm going to do is make a little bit of a potli, which is going to be the main flavor profile of this recipe. Let's place the ginger, a stick of cinnamon, black cardamom, tea leaves for that beautiful deep brown color into the chanas. Again, very critical, very important. You would realize tea leaves and beans, well, quite a misfit. But trust me, it does not give it the flavor profile. It has that little bit of the tannin note, which actually gets masked with every other beautiful thing that's here on display. With this, I'm also adding in anardana. Now, anardana is very typically used in dishes from Amritsar or dishes from Punjab, which adds in that little touch of sweetness, which is sometimes required in recipes like these. And also it adds in the khatai or the souring, which is again very important. Let's do that. This anardana is basically, once you extract the pomegranate juice, what you get are these seeds which are sun-dried. Let's bundle this whole thing up, holding all the 4 corners. You take one of these corners and just turn it round twice, thrice over. Ensure that this is well tied because you do not want this to open up in the chana. Let's take all of this now and create a little bundle of flavor like so. Let's drop this in. Water. Just ensure that this is moved in like so. Let's top this up with some red onions roughly cut, and along with this I'm adding in some tomato, just snipping off the cap and giving it a gash like so. 1 tomato, just about perfect. Now there are 2 things here to note. One is I'm not adding salt at this stage because legend has it that the moment you add in salt at this stage, the beans get tougher, they do not get cooked. That's 1. 2, to tenderize these beans, there are times when a lot of chefs, a lot of people, home cooks, home chefs, mothers, add in baking soda. Now, baking soda works as a tenderizer, especially when it comes to garbanzo beans. I'm not in the favor of adding in any chemicals while cooking. So what I'm doing is I am going to give it a few extra whistles. So suppose if this takes 6 whistles, otherwise go for 7, go for 8. No baking soda for me. Let's cover this and go for 6 whistles. With this, off goes the flame and allow the pressure in the cooker to subside completely. Let's quickly check the chickpeas. Let's move on to removing the potli. And along with this, I'm also going to ensure that the skin of the tomato is also removed. Just squash it lightly like so. And then here's a trick for all of you. The onions that you see, just mash that side like so, including the chickpeas. Now that way, the chana masala becomes nice and thick. Do not mash a lot. This is just about perfect. Time to add in salt, and along with this, the star of our recipe, which is our homemade chana masala. Once the masala goes in, I'm not going to stir this because I'm actually going to make a tempering for the chana masala. And when you add in that hot ghee onto the masala suddenly gets excited. It suddenly gets even more flavorful, and that's exactly what I'm looking at. A heaped tablespoon of desi ghee. Let's throw in some slit green chilies and add this ghee straight onto the chana. At this point in time, let's stir this well. With this, our Amritsari style chana masala is done and ready. Well, I'm super excited to make some puris quickly and eat it myself. If you want to do this, of course, you have to make the chana masala, you have to make the chana this way, and then you serve this with some puris, some bhaturas, with jeera rice, or eat it just like that. Choice is completely yours. Let me know how you like this in the comment section below. Bye for now.